Welcome to another episode of the podcast, Ask Holly. Today I am joined by Holly Salmon. She is CEO of the Better Business Bureau, and we're talking romance scams.
Yeah, you know, it seems that dating online and meeting people online is easier now than ever. And for a lot of people, that's an advantage and that's great. But there are some things that we want people to know so that they can keep themselves safe and don't unnecessarily become a victim.
So let's hit some of the red flags first, because gosh, online dating is so ubiquitous right now.
Yeah.
It really is like the way we meet people.
Yeah.
But it also sets you up for a lot of scams.
Well, it can. Romance scams in general oftentimes come through social media and also through dating apps. And essentially what it is someone who is usually with a fake profile picture. You know, we've heard of there are shows on TV that are surrounding this, where you know, it's people lose a lot of money. There's a lot of heartbreak involved and a lot of shame involved. So that was one of the reasons why we wanted to cover it today, so that hopefully we can share some information and try to arm people with information so that they may not fall victim. But yes, it can happen through dating apps, and it could also happen online. One of the things that we see usually first off is the relationship moves very, very quickly, and generally the scammer wants to move the relationship or wants to move the conversation offline. Let's text. Let's speak through Messenger. And so that happens, and then it's lots and lots of text, lots and lots of communication, and right off the bat they're going to try to establish a certain level of trust, because they need to know whether or not you're going to be suspicious. Are you going to trust me? Are you a possible mark? Are you lonely? Are you falling for it? And so they're going to test the waters, and it won't be long before an emergency crops up. And when that emergency crops up, or the hard luck story that pulls at your heartstrings, the next thing coming is that they're going to ask for money.
And it's also too fast, too soon, right?
Yes.
If they're really falling for you super fast and they're super intense, that could be a warning sign as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anyone certainly who has dated online, speaking specifically about dating online, you know kind of the pace at which things go. And so if something all of a sudden jumps off and they want to talk, 24/7, but they don't want to meet, and they don't want to video chat, those could also be additional red flags. Also, are they too hot? Are they too attractive? Are they too wealthy? Are they too successful? Those could also be red flags, because of course we don't find that scammers are choosing most often very average looking people with average looking lives and average jobs. People are very attractive, very successful. Oftentimes scammers will say that they are abroad for one reason or another, that they're military stationed abroad, or that they're working abroad. And so sometimes that helps them kind of mask the time difference, because oftentimes the scammer is in another country. And so usually though that being abroad is an element of the story.
And it's also interesting to point out that it's not just the online dating sites and apps. This can be social media in general. Any social media site, they can reach out to you, whether you are putting yourself out there as, in the dating world or not.
Yeah, if you have a social media profile and you receive a friend request, or someone asks to connect with you, and you don't recognize that person, you don't recognize that picture or that name, certainly, that's the first red flag. Beware. If you choose to go ahead and connect with that person, pay attention to how did they find me? Why did they find me? Why are they interested in me? And certainly this is good advice for a lot of different things, but if you've never met this person face to face, you certainly shouldn't be sending them money.
And that's a very good point. You should insist on meeting this person face to face. If they start asking for personal information,
absolutely,
it probably would be a good idea to meet for coffee somewhere.
You think?
But it's crazy. A lot of people do fall for this, unfortunately. They get caught up in the heady emotions, and they kind of lose their common sense about it.
Well, and let's be honest, the people who are doing this, the scammers, this is their job. And you're not the only one. And so they have perfected their pitch, they've perfected their approach, and so they're good at it. And, you know, the embarrassment and the shame that comes with financial loss for these victims is significant. We don't really know how many victims really there are out there or how much money has been lost because so few people actually come forward because they're embarrassed.
Well, that brings me to my next question. At the Better Business Bureau, do you field significant amount of complaints regarding romance scams and online dating scams?
So Better Business Bureau last year did an international investigation about romance scams. And there was information pulled together in that investigation about through federal agencies and also Better Business Bureau and our Scam Tracker app that we can determine, you know, just how widespread this issue is and just how much money has been lost. And again, though, many of those victims are not coming forward, but many victims, especially older victims, are sending tens of thousands of dollars to people. So certainly, you know, if you've fallen in love with someone online or through text or whatever, and you've never met that person face to face, regardless of what their hard luck story is, regardless of what their emergency is, beware as soon as they ask for money, because that is a consistent marker. They may ask you to wire money. They may ask you to send them details or account numbers from prepaid gift cards. Certainly, if anyone asks you for a copy of your driver's license, credit card information, bank information, no matter how long you've been talking to this person and how much trust you feel like you have in them, because remember, trust is an important part of this scam. You don't provide that information. This person is still a stranger until you've met them face to face. And even then, sometimes, you know, we hear of people being taken advantage of, but in this scam, particularly romance scams online, those are very consistent markers.
And it's this day and age so easy. You can literally steal someone's social media profile picture and post it as your own. You're talking about if they're so gorgeous, so good looking, too wealthy. A lot of times those are stolen photos or stock photos, who knows what. It's so easy this day and age with technology to create a fake profile and rope someone in, as opposed to years ago when it was like, you know, love connection ads in the newspaper classified. So, or
meeting, you know, a blind date that's been set up, you know, by your friends or whatever. You know, these are people who know people in your life. But really, when you're talking to someone online, whether it be through a dating app or whether it be through social media, you know, even though your emotions may be involved, try to keep at least 1 foot in reality to understand that you may not really know who you're talking to. Even though they may be able to send you photos, remember, you know, all those photos are a right click away from being stolen from someone else's profile. So, you know, you really want to pay attention. And if you find that you are hesitant to share this relationship or share news of the relationship, a lot of people feel it is a relationship, with your friends, if you're keeping this as a secret because you're afraid people will ridicule you, your gut knows there's a problem. So if you are afraid to ask a friend or a family member or run it past someone to say, do you think this could be legit? Call Better Business Bureau. We are happy to help. We talk to consumers every day who are too worried or too embarrassed to ask their family or friends. And we're happy, without judgment, to offer you that advice. You know, run it past us. We've heard it all. You know, we would rather help save you than help you pick up the pieces.
Well, that is great advice, Holly. And I guess we want to make sure everyone out there listening knows, if you have any questions, any concerns, or even any suggestions for future episodes of the podcast, send Holly an email at askholly@wkmg.com. And, of course, check back at clickorlando.com for the latest podcast of Ask Holly. Great information.
Thank you.
You're going to save a lot of broken hearts and some pocketbooks as well.
Well, you know, all is fair in love and war, but, you know, dating is one thing, but being a victim of a scam is something else altogether.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Sure.